Hi guys, it's nice having you guys here again. Quickly, I will be doing about one or two videos more as regard the continuation of our export training. And after that, we'll be moving into the mentorship aspect of the training, which is the core thing because action is the key. If we sit down here from now to next year or even or even more years to come, and we don't stand up to act, to take action, we remain the same, might not even achieve anything at all. So immediately after this last one video or two, we will be discussing mainly on the mentorship, on how it's going to run, and we swing into action of that immediately, because the essence of everyone spending time watching video, reading books and the rest is to move forward in life, and we can't just sit down to do that. So quickly, I will be going into the list of commodity we can go into, and also I will be touching on some of the documentation that is needed. I will be touching about the terms of shipment. I will be talking about where you can find them and the likes like that. So if I can cover that in this video or the second one, then the next video might be talking, that's the third one now, might be talking more on how the mentorship program we run. So I will appreciate you take our time to listen attentively and ask every necessary questions after watching the video. Let us interact on the group chat. So just take your time and listen. So let me move quickly into the business of the day because I wouldn't want to waste much of the time. Now, when you are talking about the list of commodity you want to go into, want to advise you that you might not, there are a lot of products, there are a lot of agri commodity products that you can go into, but I advise you go into any of those commodity based on your advantage, as in those ones that you know it is easier for you to get up on your ass, swing to the field. But I'm saying in the sense that for years before now, I know that ginger is a very good and exportable commodity, but because of the challenge in the north, I couldn't move down there. Do you understand? But just let's assume that ginger is here in the west. I'm talking about the Yoruba land now, or the Igbo angle. I can easily go down there and just do what I need to do, do what I need to do, see how they do their stuff there as regard ginger and the rest. Sure, you understand? So what I'm simply telling you is that irrespective of whichever commodity you are going into, make sure that you have a comparative advantage over it, in the sense that make sure you can easily stand up, get up on your axe, act on it immediately. Because if you just find, you can list a lot on other commodity you want to go into, but you must have at least one or two that is your core strength. Then eventually you move to another one, Like in my own case, I've been doing charcoal for a very long time now, and now I'm hopping the game. I'm taking it another step further. The sense that now, while I still do charcoal, I do other commodity also. I've done palm kernel shell. I'm looking into doing ginger this year. So that is how it should work. You might not be able to do everything at a time. Fine, if you have others in that angle, you can pursue it. You pursue it. It's not as if you will not pursue it. You pursue it. God helping you, if you're able to crack it, good. It's an added advantage. But make sure that any product you want to start with, make sure that at least you have one or two, three that you can easily access, that is not going to, you won't be limited by either distance, whatever product you list on your platform whatsoever. You must make sure that at least one or two, three of it are your core, that you can easily work on immediately. You have an offer in that regard, and you must do everything possible to learn how those commodity work, to learn their specification, to learn their quality. You must be able to identify the quality. You must be able to tell that, okay, this is good, this is bad. Because if you're unable to do that, if you just go there and buy all sorts of rubbish, you will end up in trouble or in debt if care is not taken. Otherwise, if you did not end up in debt, if you supply it like that to the client, you lose the client forever. And is hard work enough getting a contract or getting a client. When you get a client, you do everything possible to keep that client, because if you can't just afford to keep losing and losing your client, because it takes a whole lot of hard work to even get a client, especially when you are starting out. And when you start out, you can't afford to just keep losing them. You get them and you keep them. So without wasting much of our time, I'll be mentioning some few commodities there. And as time goes on, by the time we get into the mentorship, based on the fact that we will be much on the mentorship program, I'm looking about probably 20 people on the mentorship program. And these people will be coming from different area of the country, which will make it even more easier for us to work together. That is, for somebody that is in the north can easily help us source for commodity in the north, and everybody, or whichever way we decide or we try to do it, eventually you will have, even if you are in the west here and you get a contract that is in the north, you can easily partner together with the person in the north angle, in the north axis, to help you work on that together, so that the person will be guiding you through. And that is the essence of building this network. We will get there. I don't want to waste much time on that. So some of the products I have on my list is cassava, adult charcoal, cashew nuts, chili pepper, cocoa beans, coffee, fish leather, ginger, granite, gum arabic, on that's cow on, hibiscus flower, kola nut, rubber, sesame seed, shea butter, wheat, and the rest like that. But I will just be talking on one or two here. Now, when it comes to cassava is very, very available in large number in this country. And there are a lot of markets for cassava chips. Cassava is basically used for, either they use it for it's not farm feed now, that's feeds, animal feeds. In some of those European countries, I'm sure they are also using it here in Nigeria now. They also extract ethanol from it. They use it for a whole lot of things outside there. In fact, one of the things that has promoted cassava very much outside there this day is the global warming, because the country of the world, the world power are encouraging to stop the use of fossil fuel. In some country now, they are using cassava as a mix of their fuel. That is, in some European country now, you can't just use ordinary fossil fuel. They mix it with some sort of ethanol. They use it for a lot of other things. Even the cassava that we're talking here is not enough for this country. That is, even if you go into cassava planting today, the market is readily available locally. Not to talk of the international market. About 2-3 years ago, I read on a paper that the China government gave Nigerian government about, is it not 300,000 metric tons or so? Or is it no 300 million metric tons or so, something like that? Very huge amount. But the sad news is, I don't think that order was fulfilled. Why? Because even the local consumption of cassava, we don't have enough for it. So if you have access to cassava now, one major challenge when it comes to cassava chip is the machine that can be used to convert it to chips is very expensive. It's very expensive but achievable. So it's part of the things that you can put in your plant, but you might not necessarily go into it immediately. And if you go into cassava production or cassava planting this time, even the local market is going to take it all. So I'll move ahead from that place now to the next one, talking about charcoal now. Charcoal, if you're talking about charcoal is very much available. But if you export generally, if you're going into exportation generally, you must be able to know how to deal on the field. One of the major challenges in this business is, if you can't get yourself on the field, if you are starting out, you will get your hands burned several times. Even when you get to the field, you can't lodge in an hotel and say you're putting some people at work, fine, you can be in the hotel, but when those guys are working, make sure you are there, because those people at the field are ready to even take your money without giving you any commodity, without giving you any product. So you must be very, very up and doing. Charcoal is very much available. There are different types of charcoal, and these you must be able to identify. I could have loved to show us the difference here, but by the time we work together, by the time we meet one-on-one, I will be showing us the difference. There are some of the it's not all charcoal that are exportable. Those ones that they bring to Lagos, yeah, they are just all sort of charcoal. Those ones are not exportable. If you want to export charcoal, there are some certain things that you must look into. Now, I'll give you one hint. The most commonly exportable charcoal is the one made out of the wood called ayin or emi. Emi wood and ayin wood are very good for charcoal. So if you're going on the field there, make sure you find, if you are a first timer, if you are a novice, if you get there, they will show you all sort of charcoal. Some will tell you, it is ayin. But I tell you, as time goes on, you get to know it. And that is why I will be mentoring us. Anyone that is going to include charcoal as part of his product to be exported, I will personally mentor you. I will work together with you anytime you have an offer, so that you won't get your hands burned, because I have a lot of experience when it comes to charcoal as well. So cashew nuts is another very good commodity to be exported. Cashew before now, as at last year now, at least on the field there, we get cashew for around maybe 150, 160 a time, 130, it varies between those area, between that angle. But this year, cashew went up for as much as close to, or if you look at the current price of cashew now in the market, is about $2,400 per ton. Cashew went as high as very close to the price, or is now chasing ginger, because ginger is one of the commodities that was very high in the market. Cashew went very, as in those that farm cashew or those that have bought cashew earlier made more profit. Even one funny thing that happened as regard cashew is, if the price is 1 naira today, and in the next market day it will be 2 naira, it did not come down. So cashew is another good exportable commodity product. Then talks of ginger, sesame seed, those are high value commodity outside there. Hibiscus flower, chili pepper, all these commodity are the product that are needed outside there. Now, all these ones that I've mentioned, they are those ones that are demanded in large quantity. They are those ones that we export in containers, the like of palm kernel shell. And there is another market currently opening up as regard palm kernel shell, and we call it carbonized shell. We'll be talking more on that when we get to the mentorship area. Now, without wasting much of our time, I will be leaving the aspect of the product that can be exported. And if you need to know more, go through the ebook that I've sent you. Some of them I've mentioned, I've listed, I listed a whole lot of them there, and I explain where and how to get some of those things. So you can follow it up, and you should be able to do something if you want to go alone. If you want to do it by your own way. So that is that. And now I will quickly swing into hold on, come in. So if you need more information, if there is anything you need, let us discuss it on the platform. That's on the group chats. Let's discuss it. And you can also find more information at Nigerian Export Promotion Council. You can get tons of information. Like recently, I was to do maize, was to export maize, but fortunately for me, thank God, I was trying to make an inquiry, and eventually I discovered that maize has been banned to be exported as well. So you just need to be able to do your own due diligence when it comes to this product. So I will stop this podcast here and we'll conclude it in the next video. Thank you. See you in the next video.